want to get more perspective on this. Omar Mohammed is an historian from Mosul. He created and wrote the anonymous blog Mosul Eye, a lens for the world about life under ISIS in his city. You may remember that way back in 2014, 2015, 2016. Of course, he's now a senior research fellow at George Washington University. It's good to have you, Omar. I used to read your blog. I've listened to podcasts that you have been involved with since. It's been fascinating to hear your reflections on life under ISIS. Post-conflict recovery, of course, is deeply complex, and cultural heritage a powerful and effective mechanism. I know the Revive the Spirit of Mosul project is very close to your heart. You work with UNESCO on it. Just explain for our viewers the impact on you as a Moslawi.
Well, Becky, first of all, this is a turning point for me personally, for Mosul. And to come back to CNN to talk this time, not about destruction, but about a revival of a city is a unique moment. I never thought it will ever come. So thank you for hosting me, but also thank you for showing this hope when you were in Mosul. I think to trace back the importance of this movement of Mosul should go back to the very beginning when the question was raised: how do we undo the terrorism of ISIS? The amount of terrorism that Daesh brought to Mosul was unimaginable. There were many scenarios, but what proved to be the right approach was, since Daesh wanted to destroy the landmarks of the city, to change its history and to dominate its future, then the only way to undo terrorism and to grant the people hope once again is by restoring what they have lost. And I'm also so happy to see my dear friends, Her Excellency Noor Al-Kaabi and Sheikh Salam Al-Qasim, both have met their promise, and they visited Mosul to see the fruit of that project. I remember back when I met with Noor Al-Kaabi, I asked her, how did this project come to life? She mentioned that it was a simple request made to His Excellency Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed. We want to help rebuild the cultural heritage of Mosul. And the answer was yes. UNESCO came. It was the evidence that the global mobilization will and can still work anytime we want to make it function for the greater good of the people.
Yeah. And I think that multilateralism, which is what UNESCO is all about, and Nora speaks very fluently about that, is so important, and we need to see more, not less of it these days. Unfortunately, it feels like it's on the wane these days. Mosul has often been described to me as a crucible of Iraq's plural society, an urban, cosmopolitan city. It was one of the most diverse in the Middle East. Muslims, Christians, Jews living side by side. It was perhaps for that singular reason that the murderous terror group ISIS saw fit to destroy it. I just want you to talk to our viewers about the significance of these iconic landmarks that have been restored. They're not just crucial to Mosul, they're crucial to the Middle East and the world, of course.
Well, I mean, to put it simply, these landmarks, be it the church, be it the synagogues, the mosques, and any other landmarks, including the most important ancient history of Nineveh and the Assyrian history. Simply, history in many ways started there, and it contributed to the global knowledge. The preservation of that heritage was not only meaningful to the people of Mosul. Of course, it had a greater significance to the people of Mosul, but it meant to the rest of the world, because this is a common beginning of the war that everyone shares with us. This what keeps us part of this war, and also what keeps us positive contributors to the rest of the world, which is why it is significant to preserve that heritage and to protect it, and of course to restore what has been destroyed. I remember in the very beginning when Daesh, in fact, few days after, people might not remember, but a few days after Daesh occupied Mosul, they began systematically destroying the monuments, and they began systematically destroying the cultural heritage landmarks. It shows you how important it is. And sites like a Nuri Mosque, because you have been there, Becky, you have seen every 5 meters you can find a church, a mosque, and a synagogue. It's about the human resilience. It's about the human coexistence. It's about this example that it is possible to live together, that it is possible to be different, but also we can coexist.
Yeah. Omar, it's wonderful to have you. Thank you so much for joining us. And I second how you started this. It's so good to be talking to you about this when for so long you spoke to CNN about life under ISIS and the destruction that was wrought during that period. Omar, thank you very much indeed. And just to close this out, it's not just buildings, but other culture that is, of course, often lost. Music, film, education, all of these are key pillars of the Revive the Spirit of Mosul project, integral to UNESCO's efforts there. We were joined by Iraq's Prime Minister on Monday in Mosul. And I know that there will be great learnings from the Mosul project for Iraq and countries beyond who have been in and are currently in conflict. Omar, thank you.